topic I'm going to pose for each one of you kind of leads into a future discussion where we're going to do a stats projection. If you were going to put money on the line about Florida State's record and standing this season, but you could like talk to Nostradamus and ask him one question and say, okay, I need one bit of information. What would you ask? Mine would be, how many games did McKenzie Milton start and finish? That would be my question. If I'm going to project the record, that's the one thing I want to know.
Well, let's do this right now.
What would you want to know?
I'm going to ask Logan Robinson that question right now. We're going to start it right now. Logan Robinson.
You're going to relay what Mark just told us?
Founder, editor, executive. No, well, let's ask that question. Logan, right. If you are right now, out of the 12 regular season games, and it could be for any reason. It could be injury. It could be, we're playing a god-awful UMass team that both you and I could start at quarterback and probably beat UMass. Mm-hmm. How many games do you legitimately think McKenzie Milton starts at quarterback this season for Florida State?
Takes the first snap.
I'll give it to you like this. Over under 10 starts. Over under or push, 10 starts.
Going under.
You're going under 10.
I'm going to go under for me right now. I still think when we get closer to it, I do think McKenzie Milton will play a lot. I do think he will start a good amount of games, but I still think Norvell and Dillingham are going to be really creative with it. And if it's the first snap, if it's going to be the first snap and we're going off of that, then I do think that it's going to be Jordan Travis is going to take. Right now, to me, I still think he's the guy to be going into fall camp. I might be crazy. I might sound crazy. He looked really good in the spring game. I still think there's some more work to be done, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of question marks in that quarterback room. Going back to Mark's question, though, I think for me, if I could know something going into the season, it would probably have to be the play on defense.
Yeah.
Jordan, mainly, I would probably say pass rush. I think everything DB room is going to be fine because they're spring. You're able to figure out who fits where. And I think linebacker is going to – you get another two young bucks that are going to play a lot next year with Steven Dix Jr. and DJ Lundy. They look phenomenal right now, and they're putting on some good weight and everything. And I think they're going to increase. And it's all in the mental for them. That's all it is. The physical, they're perfectly fine. It's all mental. But pass rush, I mean, it's all going to depend on defense. If I can know before the season and know what the defense looks like and there's going to be better play there, that is going to be crucial for Florida State because it was absolutely atrocious at times. And people were, we've gone through it before with fire Charles Kelly, fire Barnett, and there was immediately fire Fuller last year. So, and it was brutal. I mean, now that we've kind of gotten over a little bit and we're out of it, we kind of forget how atrocious it was at times. And that wasn't all fully on Adam Fuller, but there were some guys that were put in the right positions and plays weren't being made. But there was consistency there, and there was still some packages that were set up in the end zone where you've got 10 guys 10 yards off the ball, and that's easy, quick slant first downs for guys, and which sometimes ended up into touchdowns. And I think some of us kind of forgot about how bad that defense kind of looked at times last year.
I agree with you on that one. First of all, hi Carla Freeman, how you doing? To answer the questions I've got, first of all, I do think you're crazy. I agree with you. I love Jordan Travis, the pride of Palm Beach County. I love what he did for us last season. I don't think you have the guy that comes in and transfers in who's on the cover of the magazines and you say, okay, you're going to come in and you're going to start off as the backup against Notre Dame on national TV. You're coming in, you're the savior, quote-unquote savior of the program, the feel-good story of coming back and bouncing back. You've been in the entire offseason, and now with the whole, name, image, likeness thing, your name is out there. And so I think McKenzie Milton does start the opener against Notre Dame, and I think he's going to be a push at 10. I don't think he plays against UMass because, once again, I think UMass is god-awful. And I think he does maybe get injured in one game and he gets held out as a precaution. Maybe he gets injured against Clemson, gets held out against NC State. Maybe he gets injured against North Carolina, something like that. So I could see him playing 10. My question to Nostradamus would be not about Florida State. because it would affect how I think Florida State can do against a few opponents. It would be, does Miami and Florida have any disappointing losses? I mean, use Miami as an example. Miami's going to lose to Alabama. Sorry, Miami fans, you're going to lose to Alabama. You should be a favorite in every other game, but this is also a Miami team that, judging by the Miami teams in years past, could lose to NC State, could lose to Virginia, could lose to North Carolina, could lose to Virginia Tech, teams that they are better than but have struggled against. Florida, you're going to lose to Alabama. You're probably going to lose to LSU and Georgia. Those are 3 losses right there. Is Florida going to lose to a Tennessee team? Is Florida going to lose on the road at Kentucky? Those losses could affect those teams' momentum and give Florida State a shot to win those rivalry games.